What's going on YouTube? JT is reborn here, and welcome back to another edition to my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Batman and Robin, issue number 25. A new arc begins here, and you can see that Bruce and Damian are there in the top left corner with the logo right there, so that's pretty cool. Damian's got a brand new Robin suit, and I'm gotta get used to it. The last gray suit was kind of cool at first. It took a bit of getting used to. I still think his rebirth suit is his best looking one. I wish he would have kind of gone back to that one because it felt so distinctly Damian. This one feels like kind of every other Robin. I like that we're bringing back more of the color. I like that we're incorporating more of the green and yellow into the suit. Well, the yellow had the cape in there, but you know, I got a little bit bored of just the gray and black and red, and I wish they would have maybe like switched that up to being green, because green's one of my favorite colors as well. But like, I still liked his prior suit that they had going on. It was distinctly his own. Here it just feels like kind of any other Robin. You wouldn't really know that it's necessarily him, but you know what, it's fine. We'll get used to it over time, and depending on the way it's drawn to that, it looks pretty cool at certain instances. But this is Quiet Man, Loud Vengeance. A new arc begins here. Now, I think the last issue I talked about how that ended the previous arc, and I did say I was disappointed that we didn't see Damian go and visit that one girl in the hospital, and starting out here, it doesn't seem like we're going to be doing that. Now, there's brief callbacks to the prior run with the whole chess thing that, you know, Bruce talked to Damian about his game with Raz, or Raish, or however the hell you want to pronounce it. So I'm hopeful that at some point they'll come back to that, just to kind of get some sort of closure on that, because that still kind of bothers me, because we see a better place for both Bruce and Damian, probably the best they've been in, God, like years. Like, it's actually so refreshing to have a happier side to that relationship after so much turmoil in that, and it just feels like they're clicking now better than they ever have. But we open up the storyline with this man named Cy. He's leaving his penitentiary. He's been given his stuff, and he goes out to this grave right here. So it seems like he lost probably a son, and I think it's going to probably in some ways mirror the stuff between Bruce and Damian in some sort of capacity, because we had the whole Memento stuff, which mirrored Damian's past, or Bruce's past with Damian's present, the types of journeys that they were going on. So there were some things, like whatever the main storyline is, it has to mirror kind of like the dynamic between father and son. And we have this Quiet Man guy. He's digging up something. Let's go on one last thing together. And he looks like somebody he went through hell in some capacity. He lost somebody close to him because he digs up a grave and he brings some stuff with him. Meanwhile, at the Gotham Pier, we have the villain known as Tiger Shark unleashing hell, very unhinged. Batman comes in there to kick some ass. Notice he's got the suit that we just saw in the brand new Batman #1 for the 2025 variation of that title. And we also have Robin. Damian comes in to help out, which, by the way, the artwork here is a different artist. It's not Javi Fernandez. I think that was previously, but the art here looks quite good. And Damian's suit that looks good in like these instances right here. And then they go ahead, work together, kick some ass, and they just seem to be gelling like way better than they have been in a really long time, which feels like it's like, finally, this is what I want to see for a while. No more fighting, no more of that. We're maturing a bit. So hopefully other writers that are also at DC realize, hey, they're in a better place. Let's not act like they haven't gone through anything over the past like 20 or so years. But Bruce talks to him about this Gotham lighting that's only present like every once in a great while. It only looks this exact way at this exact hour. You saw one of the first times after Dick's big wins as Robin. There's a glow to Gotham that you won't find anywhere else. He's like, you're as capable as everyone else. You've earned that costume. You deserve it. You deserve to hear that from me more than you often do. You're not just Robin, you're my son, you're a Wayne of Gotham, and the city's not just mine. It's not just your mission, it's also your home. And I want you to have a life beyond Batman and Robin, so you deserve both. And good, finally, this is the shit I want to see more of between Batman and Robin, especially after all the stuff that's been going on the past, when did the Titans run? The 2018 Titans run through now, it feels like we're finally in a pretty good place, like 7 years later. And this is the place I like to see them, because we've gone through a lot of this stuff. We've done the regression and all that. We're in a good place. Do not ruin this. We're good. We don't need them to fight or be at odds to like a certain degree really anymore. There should be that trusting things. And like I said, I like what Philip Kennedy Johnson's doing. He built off of Williamson stuff. He built off of stuff beforehand, and just an all-around talented writer. So they also So it's 99, 33, 51. So once they get back home at Pennyworth Manor, it's like, yeah, Batman and Robin kicks some ass, right, Dad? Oh, yeah, totally. And he goes to go take a nap. He's like, hey, you want to catch a movie or something? You're like, with other people? It's like, yeah, come on, let's do something outside of Batman and Robin. Let's do something for our civilian lives. And Bruce is also looking at the chess game. He's like, I'm winning our game, Roz. Gotham is safe, and my boy's happy. He belongs here. That's good. I like that moment, too. A nice callback to what we had previously. Meanwhile, at the Iceberg Lounge, Penguin is celebrating, having a good time. I like how his design is pure Danny DeVito Penguin. That's a plus for me. That's probably my favorite Penguin design. Right there. He's like, yeah, to Tiger Shark. He even does a toast to Batman, because with Tiger Shark out of the way, it just makes his grasp for territory even better. Now, we did just see Penguin recently in that Detective Comics run, our previous arc by Tom Taylor, but now they're kind of back to this different dynamic. But anyways, so that guy Cy that we saw earlier, he goes up to the Iceberg Lounge. He wants to see the Penguin. Bruce and Damian also go to the Monarch Theater, and there is a bit of uneasiness that Damian senses in Bruce, but Bruce is like, no. Let's get a little bit of reprieve. We've taken down a lot of bad guys. We have to find a way to balance our lives between, Batman and Robin and just Bruce and Damian. Let's do something kind of nice together as father and son. And good. Batman's earned a little bit of a reprieve. He can't just do everything constantly. He's only one man. Not to say he should fully neglect his stuff as Batman. That's part of being a hero, but he can get a few hours here and there just to kind of take a quick breather to recover and decompress and enjoy time with his son, because again, that's the aspects of being a hero. You got to balance heroic life with personal life stuff. So that man Cy also goes to the Iceberg Lounge. He wants to see the Penguin, and then a whole big ass gun battle ensues, and he seems really capable in taking down all sorts of different people. And the Iceberg Lounge is kind of blown up a bit while Bruce and Damian are off watching a movie together, and that's basically where the issue ends in a nutshell. So artwork's pretty solid from start to finish. I like that we got the new Batman costume incorporated in there. Also, yeah, it looks like the 2016 Batman run is still ongoing. It's gonna be where we got Batman 162 simultaneously. Anyone just kind of jumping in is gonna be so confused, but those who've been following along kind of know what's going on there. But yeah, for issue 25, really good stuff. I still want to see some closure on the Damian and the one girl he saved, because that was such a big factor of the Memento arc, was just that playing in his head for a year. I'm hopeful we'll get some sort of fall with that. There needs to be a confrontation. Maybe he's like, oh, you were the one who saved me or something, gives him a hug or something. I just want something there, because not having that appear at the end of the previous arc, it just makes me wonder, are we ever going to reference that again? That was such a big factor. So I'm going to keep bringing it up until PKJ addresses it. But all things considered, I thought this was a really solid start for a first beginning of this new arc. I like seeing Bruce and Damian in a better place after all those years of fighting. Please don't regress it or ruin it or anything like that. Even the tension that they had in the prior arc, it led to something very interesting, which is Damian kind of bringing up the Thomas Wayne lineage. Now, Thomas Wayne before, obviously that crazy Flashpoint variation came in and forced that whole City of Bane nonsense, but wanting to be a healer, which I think there could be something really interesting there. I like the idea of him wanting to be a doctor and helping people, and just doing good things like that. That's an interesting place to take his character in the future. So I want to see that build up a little bit more. I want to see them interact more as Bruce and Damian with everyday civilian life. And I also think the start with this Quiet Man guy, okay, what's this going to be like? Well, how's it going to mirror the storyline with Bruce and Damian? How's it going to connect in that capacity? I think that'll be pretty interesting stuff. So again, not too much to start this thing out, but I can expect. But it has a lot of good stuff carrying over from the prior stuff. We still need closure on that one girl, though. I think that's an absolute must that I'm just shocked hasn't been fully addressed yet, at least in my opinion. So good stuff overall. Thumbs up for me. I love Batman and Robin right now by PKJ. I think it's pretty good stuff, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we go from here. So what did you all think of the issue? Post your comments down below. What do you think of the new Robin suit? Are you a fan of it? Are you not so much? Let me know in the comment section. All that other fun stuff. I'll have some more comic book reviews coming out later on today. I got some Godzilla ones, and I have Absolute Batman, and I think there's 2 DC books and then 2 IDW Godzilla comic books if I looked correctly. So look forward to those things as I get to them. But anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.